we find two types of people in our life. Surely you would have come across. There will be majority who would always say you just give it up, no use of doing it. It has already broken, you cannot build it once again. You can collect it and put into one piece. It is just wasting of time and energy you have. So just leave it up. Just get yourself away from that. That's a useless relationship you have. So just forget it. Just give it up. No use of being rooted there. The people would come to you, around you, would give you some advice about those situations. And there would be less people, less hearing you will get. We'll try it once again. We'll see how we can adjust it. Don't just give it up. We'll give some time. We'll do our best to make it. Don't just throw it away. It has some value. We'll try to do something with it. Don't do that. There'll be less people that you can expect such words, whereas many will have the first way of conveying their inner thoughts to you, their thoughts, their thinking pattern on that situation to you. There was this time where I was in the seminary in my first year when I was in grade 9, and few days before the examination, the second term examination, where now I am ready to face the exam, so I broke my hand while I was playing, and I had this plaster up to my hand, and even I can move my fingers, so it seemed that I can write, but many came to me and said, "You better go home, man. Why you are doing the exam? So you have a broken hand, right? You better go home and get some rest." Right? So many came to me. Almost 99% came to me and said, "You go home. Don't write. Don't sit for the exam." If we get such a opportunity, we would have, at that definite moment, we would have gone home, man. They would say to me. And there was this senior student in the senior class of the seminary. He once came to me, and he had to be the prefect of that moment. He came to me and said, "So Malli, what are you thinking? Right? Now, you are a good man, so you have studied all the time, so now you have another 2-3 days. So if you can move your fingers and if you can write, so why don't you try it? Write the exam and then you go home." Right? So even you can ask for some additional time if you find it difficult, right? So why don't you try it and give it a try? You just see, you write one exam, and if it suits you, you then continue with it. And he was the only person who gave me such words, and those words, it deeply went into my heart. And I was just thinking, all the others came to me and gave me a negative approach, but only this person came and gave me a positive approach. Then I thought to myself, yes, as he said, I should try and see. Then I told to the priest that, "Father, I will sit for the exam." And even he asked me, "Can you?" I said, "Yes, I can. We'll see." So I wrote the first exam. So I had little pain with the fingers because I cannot move my whole hand. So I have to keep it in a same way and I have to write. But somehow I faced all the exams and I wrote all the exams. And I never expected that the priest would take me as a model and try to show me to the others. But he said, "You just see at this man. He would have definitely gone home, but he stayed here and he faced the exam. So make it a point. You look at him and you learn from him." But then I thought to myself, It is not I should be the model, but it is that elder brother who came to me and who pushed me to that moment. He is the one who really gave me some nerves to face the exam. He is the real one. So he definitely gave me a hope. So my hope was to sit for the exam, but it was shattered with my broken hand. But while the others came to me and they shattered my dream away, and even they pounced on it, and they supported that the thing I was thinking, yes, definitely I cannot write this. They pounced on it, and the broken dream, the broken hope I have, they even broke into little pieces. But this person came to me and he tried to collect those pieces and he tried to build something upon it. It is rather easier for us to just throw away the pieces rather than to collect them and try to build something upon it. The people would say, why are you collecting those pieces? Just throw them away. You buy a new one. Why are you hanging into that? No use. You are just wasting your time. Throw it away. There will be people who will break the hope, who will break the broken hope of yours. But all of us need to be a person who is building a broken hope. All of us need to be a person who is making a broken hope, not to be a person who is breaking a broken hope, but to be a person who is building, who is giving some life to a broken hope. So that is what happened. You find this beautiful story in the Gospel of St. Mark, chapter 2, verses 1 to 10, where Jesus heals a paralyzed man. And this paralyzed man, he was brought to Jesus by his friends on a mat. But when they come to the place, when they come to the house that Jesus was preaching, they saw that the house is filled with the people that they cannot enter into. So what they were thinking, that paralyzed man, he was given a hope by the same friends, will go, Jesus has come to our town, will make you better. So that was the hope that paralyzed man had, and he cannot walk. But when he saw this huge crowd, there is no way to go into the house. Surely his hope would have shattered away at the right moment. But he had some good friends who never let that hope, never let that broken hope to just go away. And they thought to themselves, how can we take our friend near to Jesus? They thought about the roof, and it is said, they opened the roof and they pulled the man down from the roof towards Jesus. And how did Jesus greeted these people? Seeing how much faith they had. It was not the faith, yes, definitely the faith, the paralyzed man had faith, but it was not the faith at that moment the paralyzed man had. It was a faith that these friends had that allowed that paralyzed man to be kept before Jesus. Even though if these friends would have said to that paralyzed man, friend, there is no way that we can go into, let's try it some other day, if the Lord willing. We would always say, if the Lord willing, let's try some other day. But the Lord is not willing to try some other day, but the Lord will to try on that same day, on that same moment. That is why these friends took the hard way, took the hard path, and restored the broken promise, the broken hope that their paralyzed friend had. See how beautifully the Lord said, "My son, your sins are forgiven." This paralyzed man was not only paralyzed physically, but he was paralyzed spiritually. That is the main point that Jesus touched. First, Jesus healed him internally, spiritually. He gave the power to get up spiritually. And when that man was restored, his spiritual power, his spiritual paralytic moment, then his health was restored by the Lord. How that health was restored by the Lord? Because of what? Because of those friends he had. They were hope builders rather than hope breakers. Don't be a hope breaker of somebody else's. Be a hope builder, as these friends did. That is the calling that you have. If this world have more of the people that who are willing to build the broken hopes of the others, then surely this world would have lighted up beautifully, and there would always be people smiling, and there would always be people who are working so hard, thinking and believing, I have someone beside me who is always give me some push to go towards my hope. Yes, it is breaking at times, but that person is there always building my life, building myself upon that broken hope. Not a change way. Always be a hope builder who is not allowing that person to change his way, but rather than in that same way, if we become a hope builder, then we'll be surely blessed by the Lord. That is what we need to do. If we want the heavenly hope to be the main thing in this world. There are so many hopes that are fading away during a day. And if you can try to find one person, and if you can try to find a way and give some help and give some push into that person, at times you do not want to do a big thing, but even your word, as that elder brother gave me that little word, try it and see, give a try. Is that little word of yours will give some life to that person. I invite you never ever to be a breaker of broken hope, but to be a builder of broken hope.